Hi, how are you?
Hi, Anubhati. I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm fine as well. Good evening, everyone. So, I'm Anubhati. I'm in first year of Information Science and Engineering at BMS College of Engineering, Bangalore. Today, we have Vibali Joshi to talk about product management. We'll begin, Vibali.
Yeah, go ahead, start.
Okay, so we'll begin. Like, tell us about what is product management and more information than what we get on the Google.
Right. I don't have like a great experience with product management. I only had like done one internship with QMath regarding product management. But what I got to know from it is like product managers actually take care of the product cycle. So basically every company have their own products, right? So a product manager would is required to maybe pitch a plan for a product and basically doing research about how that product can be pitched to the users or to the stakeholders. Um, so yeah th- mostly just making sure that the development of the product is actually doing fine. So that's what I understood with my internship at QMath. Yeah.
That's amazing. So, like, what is your role as a product manager?
Right. Like I said, of course, you are a manager, right? Because so you do have to um, kind of lead teams. You have to talk to people, um, and you also are required to do intensive research, um, talking to the users, getting to know how the market is right now for the product you want to launch or you are pitching to launch. So yeah, there's a lot of work actually. They are very versatile and diverse set of people who probably can do anything and are good with communication skills and leading teams.
That's awesome. So, like, how do you prepare for this internship? What all you did, and what will you suggest everyone who are interested in this?
All right, sure. I where I start my internship, I did it in 2021, around in September. So at that time, I just had I just was free, so I wanted to just check out what product management was, because in 2021 only I attended like a women in product conference virtually. So there I was introduced to a lot of women who are currently in product, and I was also inspired to at least know what it is like to be in their shoes. So I just applied for one opening that I saw on LinkedIn. I was for QMath, and um, my resume was shortlisted. I did not have any prior experience. I just had one related experience to product management, was that I received a scholarship to attend the WIP conference. That's all I had. That was relevant enough in my resume for product management. But then I got a call from the APM that who was hiring me, and APM is I think associate product manager. And then uh, first it was like a 15-minute normal conversation about what if I'm if I'm willing to spend that much time in this internship, how much time can I give, and basic requirements. And then after that, when the requirements were met, we had like a 45-minute round where I was asked like puzzles. I was asked to solve two, three puzzles. Then I was also asked some situation based questions regarding how QMath works. So QMath is basically like an ed tech company. So there were like some questions which again I did not study anything prior to that. Anyone can answer that with basic logic and stuff. So that is what I did for the interview. And I got the acceptance mail some few days like after that. And so it's not for especially for interns, I don't think it's you need to know a lot, or you need to kind of have experience, because product management is a very new thing in India. In US and other countries, you like product management is, I guess, a huge deal, because even Google hires for product management interns, not in India but in US and other countries. So at the time, I think the process was a little easier. So yeah, that was my experience of getting into product management.
That's awesome. So, like, what do you think that is the difficulty level to get into these internships?
Like I mentioned before, in 2021 it was easy. Like, not, I won't say easy, but like, it was, I did not read anything before that. Like, it's always good if you have some prior knowledge, but I feel like product management is a role where you can just fit in, right? You don't need to study a lot, you don't need to like do DSA and stuff that we do in our software engineering roles. It's just like basic common sense, especially for interns. They don't expect that much. So I guess just you should know what product management is. I think that is the biggest requirement. You should actually know what you're getting into. um, that's the I think the only thing that I studied, what is product management. But yeah, like for interns, I don't think there's that much of a need. If you want, there are some courses. I will just drop down a link that I came to know later when I did the internship, and I figured they were really helpful. Yeah.
Great. We'll add those links in the description. Meanwhile,
Yeah.
if anyone has any question, they can ask in the comments. We'll take later in this live. So, basically, is there any prior recommendation that you will give for the preparation apart from
Yeah.
those resources?
I think these resources are enough. There's a very good organization called as the Product Folks. So it's like they have this annual workshop series called, I think, Insurjo. Insurjo. I don't know if it's going on right now, but even their website is very helpful. Their YouTube channel is very helpful. They have loads and loads of resources for people to go through. So uh, yeah, and then there's yeah, basically, like if you go through what the product folks actually tell you, you would have a great idea what exactly product management is, and you will be able to answer some questions about it. I just Yeah, it's totally free. I mean, there's no cost to it. Should I add it in the comments,
You can
or
add in the comments later. We'll add it in the
yeah.
description as well.
Okay. Let me just wait. I don't know if anyone. I think it's a private chat, but okay. And one more thing that I just saw recently, there's this. Just a second. There's this another. I think we put in the chat. There's just like a program, a product management program, kind of a training program going on. I think today is the last day to fill the form, so we'll also put it in the chat. I don't have it handy, the link, but yeah, I saw that too. So yeah, you can keep an eye on that.
Great. Okay. So, tell us about your experience working as a product manager.
Yeah. So I was in communications, or they call it as Marcoms. So my job was to handle the communication. So basically, the emails, the SMS messages that QMath was um, kind of like broadcasting to its users. So there's something also. I also had to handle like some of the tools like web engage. I had to make journeys, like, um, and a lot of it was documenting whatever I was doing. So I feel like documentation is like a huge part of product management. And yeah, like you should know how to document things well. Um, and what I learned from the internship was that how, even a simple message that we get from companies, they undergo such thorough, let's say, like a thorough process. The content comes from the content team, then someone reviews it, then first of all someone proposes it that we should have such content. So it's just, it keeps on, there's a lot of process going, um, like under covers. So that's also something that I realized.
Great. So, what advices would you give to the freshers who are interested in this?
um, I would say that don't feel shy if you don't know about product management. Like I did not know about product management, and the recruiter, I told the recruiter that I don't know anything, but I want to know it. Like I'm passionate to get to know about it. So I was very frank about it. So don't shy away from it. Don't feel like okay, I don't know anything. I haven't studied anything. How will they select me? Just have, show them that you are willing to learn and you're willing to work. That's my prime advice. And the second thing I would say is, if you get a chance, definitely go through the links that we're gonna provide you, to if you really want to know what you're getting into, and just be confident. I mean, we are just, you're just an intern, so that's not, they're not going to expect a lot from you, especially when you're coming from other background.
How is the stipend and the PPO system out of this?
Okay. So yeah, stipend is like I would say it's maybe a little bit higher, like not that high, but like normal startups usually pay around like if you are, let's say, a React developer intern, normal startups would pay around 20 to 10K per month, something like that. So, but in product management, it might be more than that. I mean, 5K or something more than that, like for interns, if you're working at a startup. So yeah, I mean, it can be like slightly more, and I think the level of the work is not that intense, but it depends on the company again. Like I was, like it was easy for me to catch upon what they were doing, um, because it's, it's like a no code thing. So yeah, I mean, it's actually fun too, and I guess they do pay more than normal development roles. So
It's great and interesting. Anything that you particularly want to share?
yeah, so basically what I want to share is that, um, this is going, if you come from a same background as me, which is coding, uh, this is going to be like very different. It's more about, there's going to be a lot of communication with a lot of other people, um, and if you're looking for a change in coding, like I would suggest, like what I came to know is that it's good to first start out in coding and then later on, change your stream to maybe APM or something like that. So it's good if you have experience, and then you go for these roles. um, I think they, maybe you get a raise in your like salary or something like that. But a lot of people have recommended me, like I talked to so many women at the women in product conference, and they all said like have some experience, and then only go into product management, it pays a lot. So that is something that I would also recommend too. Being an intern, like I could not learn that much in 3 months, but um, something that I've realized too is better to have some experience and then jump on these roles.
It's awesome. It was very nice having you, Vibali. And I don't think, can you see any questions here?
Uh, I can't.
As you said, one thing that I want to ask that you were, you were given some puzzles to solve. What kind of
Yeah,
puzzles were those?
they were basic, like. we can find it on GFG kind of puzzles. So they were like they need minimal maths. I don't know how to explain it. Like very logical puzzles. Like you don't need any prerequisite knowledge regarding that. It's just basic, like maths and logical combination puzzles.
Aptitudes.
Yeah, yeah, aptitude, exactly. Like you don't need to stress about it. Like if you want to, you can practice. Like I said, on GFG, or maybe just search on like puzzles for interviews. You would like get the whole like you would get a whole database of all the puzzles. But it like it's not a big deal. I mean, because you're just an intern, but yeah, you can always go ahead and do that.
How different is the coding internship and specific that software intern job different from
Yeah.
the product management for anyone
Okay.
pursuing engineering?
Yeah, so one thing that I figured was that um, there's like a lot of meetings. Like that's true also for software engineering, but there were a lot of meetings, and there was a lot of documentation like on a regular basis. I have also interned at Microsoft, and the documentation was, not that of a bigger deal. It's more of when the project is complete, then you document it. But here, like every day, I used to just write something, document something. Um, so yeah, I feel like you have to document your journey a lot, and they are like you just have to deal with no code tools. So it's easier to catch up to them. But I think you just need to again communicate more uh, with other teams, like with communication or maybe some other team or something like that. So yeah, it's kind of like if like I said, a lot of people do transition from the software industry, like as a software developer, to a product manager role later on. So there's not that much difference. They go hand in hand a little bit. Like maybe like it's good to have some experience. Like there's also technical PMs, that PMs who have technical knowledge, and they, I think, what I got to know from the conference is they have, they get paid more, they have more value, um, um, than the PMs who are just PMs. Like, but yeah, so it's good if you have a basic, you know, uh, software background. It helps.
Makes sense. So, do you want to continue in this product management or shift to the software side?
Like I mentioned before, I would want some experience before trying, like before transitioning into product, because it is kind of it's better if you have more experience in like other industries than to join in product. But yeah, it's an interesting change. It's an exciting, engaging, like you will be on your toes all the time. That's what I've come to know. It's a like a exciting role to be in. Definitely will keep that option open.
Thank you. This was very informational. Thank you for sharing in such a detailed way. For people who are seeing and want to see more such informational videos, please subscribe to Codes Cafe and tune in for more exciting and more informational videos. Thank you. Thank you, Vibali.